Hi, I'm Plexi Cosplay. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these donut fabric weights. They're super easy to make and they make great gifts and they're perfect for that sewer in your life. So let's get started with these donut fabric weights. I think they're super cute. They're actually pretty easy to make. I have a few different varieties and I'll just keep switching it up as I go. So you can customize it to whatever colors and such that you want. But let's start with your list of supplies. For me, these are flat washers. They're 3/4 inch. I stacked 4. I just found the biggest washers that I could on the racks at Lowe's. So it might just take you going and seeing what your local supply store has, but you want to find something with a nice big center because you're going to try to, poke through it. And you want them to be fairly heavy because they are fabric weights. So this is what I got. I'll show it in the camera real quick. But basically just any of the washers that you can find that are large enough for your needs. I thought about getting some smaller ones too for other candies, but just kind of go with the flow on that. You want to do 4 washers for every donut, and you're just going to stack them. I'm going to start... Sorry, you're also going to need polymer clay. I guess we should get that out of the way. I got a dark brown and a beige color for the actual cake parts of the donuts, and then I got white, and there was like a value pack of a bunch of fun colors, so I thought those would be great for sprinkles and different designs. Just kind of pick up what you can at the craft store or order them online. I'll put some links below to different polymer clays. These are oven-baked polymer clays, not air dry, and that's about all you need to know. Oh, one more thing. A rolling pin's great, or if you're like me and you don't just have things sitting around, I have a spray can is what I've been using to kind of smooth things out. So let's get started with, we're going to go with just a regular cake donut, not a chocolate. I'll take my ring off for this. I don't weigh any part of this out. There's not really, I don't know. I'm not super picky about that. It's just what I think would be a good size to cover what I need. So if those are your washers, this is about the size clay that I start with. I warm it up a little bit in my palms because it is kind of chilly in here. And then get started with just flattening it out. I flatten it until it's just a few millimeters thick, but I would say like 2 to 3 millimeters at the most. Any thinner than that, and it's going to be really hard to keep its shape as you're stretching it because it'll start pulling at the metal edges. So as long as it's bigger than your washers, the goal here is to have it large enough to be able to wrap around each side just a little bit. I start with both 2 opposing sides, and then I fold a square, and then I'll just push the clay down here. Now, mine always gets kind of stuck to the table. Instead of pulling it right up, I try to just lightly spin. It's a little cold today. There we go. That way it doesn't rip the clay as it comes up. So now we want to, apologies, let me get my tools here as well. Get one more piece. This one is smaller than the one before because it's just going to cover that center. And you basically already have enough clay there anyway. It's just enough to kind of cover it up and roll it out. Done! I'm just kidding. We're clearly not done. Alright, so again, try not to press it too hard onto your table or it will get stuck. And you only really need one side to be nice and smooth. I also am using, I'll show you here in the camera, I have different clay tools that I've used for other cosplay things. You don't need this many, but if you don't have this, just use like pencils, pens, whatever you can to kind of stab and work through your clay. So stab through. side. I always try to like seal the clay on the other side as well, and then just smooth out what you can without pressing too hard into the table if you can avoid it. So now we're just trying to smooth things out. Once you've made sure that you've sealed all the parts so that there's no exposed metals, then it's just smoothing it out. That's why I like to have this table, because it's got a nice smooth surface and I can kind of use it to my advantage. And I use my hands, I'm not sure if you can quite tell what I'm doing here, but I try to use my hands in a pulling, lifting, and pulling motion. And this helps push the clay together while also pulling it away from the table without ripping the clay apart. It's been a real pain, I found. I've done enough of these to know that that's been the biggest pain for me. Okay. I'm going to pull this out now. You get a piece of parchment paper. I would imagine wax paper might be fine as well, but I use parchment. What I try to do before I set it down for decorating, quote unquote, is make sure that one side is really nice. Whichever side that you would like to be the exposed bottom. I might actually change and use this side. I like it to be nice and round and smooth. And look pretty, because you're not decorating the bottom of the donut, so that just has to be kind of pretty on its own. So whatever side that is for you, I think it's the side I just put down. I like to round off the edges a bit on the table and place it down on my paper. Okay, so now it's time for the fun part, quote unquote. I'm gonna wrap up what I've got here, stick it back in. I want to do white with chocolate. Do some white. Okay. So I think I'm going to use white for this frosting. And I'm okay if some of the colors kind of get mixed in, because I'm not that particular. You're looking for something about this size for the frosting. Hope that's helpful. Warm it up again in your hands. A nice ball there. And smooth it out, roll it out. This one can be a little flatter than before, so you're looking at like 1 to 2 millimeters instead of 3. It doesn't have to have perfect edges. So in fact, what I do, find it here. Use an X-Acto knife or just any type of cutting tool. I'm going to carve some of the edges out. Look like frosting, like dripping frosting. Good enough. And then I also poke out just a little bit of a center. Doesn't have to be super fancy. If you want to go the extra mile for this, use your rolling pin and just roll the edges so they're a lot thinner than the centers, because frosting doesn't drip to a thick edge. It usually kind of tapers off at the ends. I just thought it always looks a little bit nicer. Okay, now you've really kind of shoved it against the table, so you're going to have a hard time lifting it probably. So you may have to roll. Bring your donut back out, ugly side up. Place your frosting on top. Some of it's gonna fold, and that's okay. It'll just look more like frosting, but you're gonna end up pressing it all down before you're done. So I start picking it up, and then I roll the sides. All the way to the bottom edges. And I also end up rolling the top corners as well, kind of round those off. You might see that there's like some air bubbles kind of stuck in there. I usually just kind of press those towards the middle because we've got that one in the middle. Push down anything that looks a little too sharp, I guess is the word. Make sure my bottom looks okay. If the bottom looks okay, then you can set it back down. You probably won't have to pick up your donut again. Your pointed edge of pen or whatever it is you have, and just lightly, barely holding onto it, roll so that it presses outwards. My weird hand pancake, whatever you want to call that method. And now you're ready to add your sprinkles or whatever it is you would like to add. Pull out your colors. What colors haven't I done yet? If you have a small cutter, where's mine at? I have a small star cutter that I use for like extra decoration. I don't know what you would reference that as, but let's do some pink and purple, maybe some silver. I'm sure I've done that already, but whatever. We'll do purple stars. So if you're doing any little designs like the stars, I would recommend just having a cookie cutter for that. You're gonna roll out your color, whatever it is. You don't need much. I usually do 3 to 4 stars. 3. The rest. I'll show you what I'm doing. Grab that hole I made earlier. And just press them down in. I like to try to press the edges so that it smooths out the edge of whatever it is you're doing. Make sure we've got this here. Yeah. So you're smoothing out the edges. There's another one. 2. 3 over here. Perfect. Next we can do some sprinkles. To do the sprinkles, get a little piece, and then you're just going to roll it out like old school snake Play-Doh style. I don't know. Did anyone else ever do that when they were kids? Roll it out real thin. Then take whatever cutting instrument you have, cut off a little piece, press it in. If you don't press it in enough, it bakes and then it can like chip off real easy. I always try to pay attention to like how far my frosting went down and make sure to put sprinkles and things over there. You can like disregard it if you want, but it's just how I like to do mine. And I would usually also, oh, this pink. Seems like a lot of work for a little bit of sprinkles, but it is what it is. Take whatever color I use for the stars. I like to make little balls. These are like dot sprinkles, I guess. Press them in. you want to try to make sure that it's not, I want to say symmetrical, because I like everything to look evenly spread out, but the more symmetrical you make it, like if you make one sprinkle face this way, one this way on the other side, the less realistic it looks, so try to keep an organic look as you do this. And then I usually like to add like a third color just for funsies. Maybe I'll do like some tinier sprinkles for this. So again, do your snake method. This is like a silver. I like that it has some glitter in it. I kind of wish they all had glitter in it. Cut off some little ones here. Just like look around the edges of your donut again for where you put the frosting. Alright, so there's my super cute donut. I love him! Adorable. You can pick him up, but just be careful with how you do it. Usually before I put him in the oven, I like to roll the edges one last time, just to make sure he hasn't settled funny. But there you go. Bake it in the oven at 270 for, I did mine for like an hour, but I think you can get away with like 30 minutes. And then you'll end up with nice, hard, finished products. And one last thing, if you want to know how to box them, I found these adorable boxes. Christmas boxes. Square box. Let me put them in here. What I'll do is add some extra fluff in there, and then you have your box of 4 donuts for Christmas. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Please subscribe and like if you want to see more of this. And if you're interested in me just making them for you, just send me a message. We'll see what I can do. That's all for this video. I'll see you guys next time.